Have you ever imagined a day when humans might leave Earth and start living on another planet? What if your child's future address wasn't in New York or California, but instead, house number 12, Mars Colony Solar System? Sounds like science fiction, right? But today, this is slowly turning into a reality. And the man behind this dream is none other than Elon Musk. Elon Musk believes that if humanity remains confined to Earth, one day, we will go extinct. Whether it's climate change, a nuclear war, or an asteroid strike, Earth won't be safe forever. That's why Musk says, we don't have a choice. Humanity must become a multi-planetary species. But why Mars? Why not Venus or the moons of Jupiter? Well, Venus is hot enough to melt lead. Jupiter and Saturn are way too far. But Mars is the most Earth-like planet we know. Days on Mars are almost the same length as Earth's. It has seasons. And most importantly, Mars has water ice. That's why Musk believes Mars is our best shot at building humanity's second home. So, how exactly are humans supposed to get there? For that, Elon Musk built SpaceX. And today, SpaceX has created the most powerful rocket in history, the Starship. This rocket is 120 meters tall, as high as a 40-story skyscraper. And it's fully reusable, meaning, just like an airplane, it can launch, return, and then fly again. Starship has the capacity to carry over 100 people at once. Think about it. Until now, astronauts only traveled in groups of 2 or 3. But soon, entire communities will be able to move to Mars together. On average, Mars is about 140 million miles away from Earth. A Starship journey could take between 6 to 9 months. That means, in theory, a round trip could be completed in about a year, but here's the challenge: fuel. Musk's plan is to produce fuel directly on Mars, methane and oxygen, using the planet's natural resources. That way, starships won't return empty. They'll refuel on Mars itself and fly back. Now let's take a closer look at Mars. On the surface, daytime temperatures can range from 20 degrees to 70 degrees Celsius, and at night, they can drop below that of 100 degrees Celsius. The atmosphere is made up of 95% carbon dioxide, and oxygen is only 0.13%. In other words, humans can't survive there without life support. Gravity on Mars is just 38% of Earth's. So if you weigh 150 pounds on Earth, you'd weigh just 57 pounds on Mars. Imagine kids there jumping like superheroes. But the biggest danger is radiation. Earth has a magnetic field that protects us from deadly solar radiation. Mars doesn't. That means colonies will have to be built under radiation-proof domes or even underground tunnels. So where exactly will humans live on Mars? Elon Musk and NASA scientists envision colonies inside giant domes. These domes will be completely sealed with artificial oxygen, controlled temperature, plants, and water. Picture this: a massive glass dome filled with greenery, kids playing, families farming, and outside the endless red desert of Mars. Food will be grown using hydroponics and aeroponics, growing plants without soil, only using nutrient-rich water. Crops like potatoes, lettuce, and beans could thrive there. And what about water? Beneath Mars's surface, large deposits of ice exist. Machines will melt that ice and turn it into drinkable water. Energy? Solar panels will line the Martian surface, and in the future, small nuclear reactors might also provide power. Now imagine waking up in a Mars colony. You open your eyes, and outside your window is a red sky. To step outside, you'll need an oxygen mask and a protective suit. Jobs will be essential. Some people will work in farming, others will maintain solar panels, and many will be scientists researching Mars itself. Kids? Yes, there will be schools. But imagine gym class on Mars, playing football in low gravity. The ball would float way higher than expected, making the game completely different. For entertainment? Probably VR, movies, and community events inside domes. And yes, internet will exist, thanks to Starlink satellites orbiting Mars. But how will Mars stay connected to Earth? Through Starlink. But there's a catch. A message sent from Earth to Mars could take anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes to arrive. So no instant WhatsApp chats or FaceTime calls. In the beginning, cargo ships will deliver supplies regularly. But Musk's long-term goal is to make Mars self-sufficient, where the colony can survive without Earth's help. And can people come back to Earth? Yes, Starship is a two-way vehicle, but for that to work, fuel must be produced on Mars itself. So when will all this happen? And how much will it cost? According to Elon Musk, the first humans could land on Mars within the next 10 to 15 years. Initially, the cost of sending one person to Mars could be in the millions of dollars. But Musk's vision is that, over time, the ticket price will drop to something comparable to the cost of a house. That means in the future, even middle-class families could dream of moving to Mars. Just like today, people dream of moving to America. Tomorrow, they might dream of moving to Mars. Now take a moment and imagine this. It's the year 2050. Your grown-up son or daughter comes to you and says, "Dad, I'm moving to Mars, I got a job there." Elon Musk's dream isn't just about rockets. It's about saving humanity itself. Because if something were to happen to Earth, our species could continue to survive on Mars. Today, this dream may sound like madness. But remember, 100 years ago, airplanes sounded like madness too. 50 years ago, people thought landing on the moon was impossible. And today, we're talking about colonizing Mars. One day, humanity may finally look at the red planet and say, "We are no longer just Earthlings, we are Martians."